What's going on, everybody? Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode of the Legion of Raw. I am here with the former WWE head writer, former WCW World Heavyweight Champion, and still undefeated in singles competition in his wrestling career, Vince Russo.
What is going on, Doctor? How you doing, my friend?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you, my man?
I am doing okay, bro. I am doing okay.
Awesome. All right, man. Let's do some 30,000 foot thoughts of Raw before we get into the intricacies of it. Right now, I'm also looking at Raw Talk on Peacock, so I'll be able to give a live update for all the people watching on Legion of Raw, so you don't have to miss out. Don't worry about Raw Talk. I'll handle that for you. Stay on Legion of Raw and have fun like you do as always. Vince, what did you think of Raw, my man?
I just kept cracking up, bro, because Chris, listen, I know you're a big college football guy, NFL guy. I'm a big sports guy. I've seen a million drafts in my day.
Yes.
Bro, can you imagine if in, those professional drafts that we've all seen, I know the NFL draft just happened. Bro, can you imagine if the announcers got so excited over every draft like these two idiots were? Like, bro, every pick was the greatest pick. Oh, my God, what a pick for the Blue. What? Like, oh, my God, can we stop acting like morons?
Yeah.
Can we stop acting like morons? You see, bro, if this was JR would have looked at the picks. JR would have analyzed the picks. JR would have talked about what the picks might have meant to each brand. He wouldn't have carried on like Boggs was the greatest pick in the history of SmackDown. I just hate when they act like idiots, bro. I just hate when they act like such over-the-top idiots. Treat it like a regular draft, bro. Yeah. Treat it like a regular draft. What is that going to mean for the player? What is that going to mean for the brand? When you say 25 picks are the greatest picks for that brand, come on, guys, you sound like a bunch of freaking idiots.
Especially with the NXT picks. Now, kudos to the NXT people, as far as their actual careers are concerned. But, it's like someone from a D2 school getting drafted to the NFL. And then the announcers are like, oh, my gosh, he's from, Eastern Tennessee State University. Whoa, he's one of those four-star recruits from, it's like, we don't know him. So bring us up to speed of who this person is before you just put them
Bro,
over.
I already know them because I don't watch NXT. I can tell you this, okay? Of all the NXT people drafted, as a guy that never watched NXT, not one of them caught my eye. They look like wrestlers. They look like Johnny Gargano. They look like Candice LaRue. And you know what, bro? Unfortunately, that's going to be the same fate. I'm telling you, bro, as they're introducing these people that I've never seen before, I already can tell you where it's going. Yeah. It's going the way of Damage Control. It's going the way of all the people they bring over from NXT and never get over.
Yes, indeed. All right. Of course, like we do each and every week, man, people Let's see. We got Nikki Cross, Johnny Gargano, and I think Tiffany Stratton drafted to Raw now. That's the newest announcements. And then Tamina drafted to SmackDown. That's the newest announcements. All right, let's start with these super chats as we do every week. We got Awesome Sauce 550. Let's do this. Solo to me looks like a henchman that Fat Steven Seagal beats up before facing a bloated Norwegian gangster in a straight to VHS movie.
Bro, I got to tell you something, man. I don't usually pay attention to the matches because I don't care. I just have no interest in the matches. But I was watching that match a little tonight. And bro, Sequoia just so obviously feeds and sells. There was this one spot of there was a one spot of the match where Rollins kept hitting him in the elbow, in his neck with his elbow right here. Mm-hmm. And he just stayed like that. I mean, after Rollins like nailed him and then he was actually giving, and like, bro, it's so freaking obvious. I don't know if these guys understand how obvious it is when you're standing there and waiting. Bro, they do a lot of standing and waiting. It's not crisp. It's not sharp. And bro, that's the problem, Chris, that, every other Monday I review the Attitude Era show. So I'm watching guys like D'Lo work and Ken Shamrock work and the Headbangers work. Like, I'm watching these guys work. You don't see that. You don't see guys just standing there, arms down, face forward. You don't see, they're doing it, but they don't make it so blatantly obvious. And the thing is, bro, this is the main event, Chris. This ain't the first match on the card. Mm-hmm. This is the freaking main event, guys.
Yeah. Good points there, Vince. Joseph Gonzalez, 499, super chat, bro. Sadly, my New York Rangers got eliminated tonight, so I appreciate you guys for taking my mind off of it for a little bit. Being a sports fan can be hard. Yes, it's being a sports fan.
Very hard. Very, very hard, especially when you are super dedicated to your team, bro.
Yes, indeed. 100% agree. New Year's Eve, I saw from New Year's Eve going into the new year, my memory stitched in my brain was a wide left field goal from an Ohio State Buckeyes against the Georgia Bulldogs. So that is the memory that I'll never forget going into 2023, ladies and gentlemen. A missed field goal. How about that? Next we have Mike Dowling, $2 super chat. Self-proclaimed meat mountain, Rick Boogs. What do you think about Boogs, Vince?
I don't.
You don't think of Boogs at all?
I don't. Boogs never crosses my mind, Dr. Chris. He just, bro, listen. They're not nothing against Boogs, Boggs, whatever. Bro, they're not going to get anybody over without stories. Like it's, I don't care who it is. You're just another wrestler. Okay, so Boogs has bigger muscles than everybody else. You're not going to get over. Bro, freaking Jeff Jarrett and Road Dogg said it. The money ain't in the match, bro. The money's in the story. And when's the last time we had a good, solid story?
Yes, indeed, man. Very true. I would say the Bloodline was solid. I don't know. I know you're not the biggest fan of that, but I like the Bloodline. I think it was as solid as we can get over the past. I mean, okay. How about this? So free agents are Shelton Benjamin, and what's up with this free agent stuff, man? Like,
who knows?
Someone a free agent.
Yeah, I would love somebody to explain that. Like, bro, this whole thing is so ridiculous, bro. The only reason why I'm happy about the draft is because I don't have to see a lot of the people I've been seeing and hating for the last year. At least I get some new blood on the show. I'll give people a chance. Let's see what they could do. That's the only reason. Outside of that, bro, the whole The whole idea of it is stupid and ridiculous, bro.
I saw both of them, and I saw both nights, and I was just sitting there like, I mean, there was just so many head scratchers, and we'll get to them specifically, but there was just so many head scratchers that I was just so confused about with this whole draft.
I just don't understand the
Before
whole idea.
before we get to it, we got what's the guy's name? Oh, sorry, Garza and yeah,
Just make up a name. Just
yeah,
make up a name.
that
Tony.
team. We
Tony.
got Akira Tozawa, Piper Niven. Oh gosh, what's her name? Tegan Knox, and then Emma and Madcap Moss is going, and then we got the oh gosh, I forgot her name. I forgot their names. We got the team, and we got the team, and we got the I forgot her name. She's Asian, and she was on SmackDown, and she had promos where she was like this saving.
Her, yeah,
her, yeah.
You know what just makes no sense to me, bro? If you know, my kids are just say Matt Riddle fans. They really love Matt Riddle. They're broing everybody. They got the Matt Riddle action figures, the whole 9 yards. Then Raw comes to my town, and my kids can't wait to go to Raw. Oh, Matt Riddle's on SmackDown. So that's what I'm talking about, bro. Like, what sense does that make?
Yeah. I get it. I mean,
bro, listen, half the roster sucks. Okay, it should be the way it used to be. You got your top guys, you got your top females, you got your top crew, 25, 30 talents. They're on both shows with storylines carrying through from show. Can you imagine, bro, back in the 90s, back in the late 90s, going to Raw? Oh no, Taker isn't on this show. You got to go to the other show. Undertaker isn't on this show. Like, really, bro?
Yeah, I mean, they've been doing the draft since 2002, I think. So it's been over 20 years.
Absolutely. They've been doing the draft since I left, because if they would have attempted to do it while I was there, I would have told them what a stupid and moronic idea it was.
I don't mind the draft because it, like I told you before, with it being so many people. Now, if you were shrinking the people, I agree with you. But like, I can't watch Raw anymore. Like, with what they have, I cannot watch Raw anymore with what we're being delivered. It's just, and to be honest with you, I don't think there's going to be much of a change. Honestly, I just don't, because just because it's shifted people doesn't mean the booking's going to get better. So to your point, I agree with that, but I'm just hoping that we'll see some type of different variation, because every single week, Vince, we talk about there's the same variation of different things of teams, this person against this person, with this team, this faction against that faction, over and over and over and over again.
Yeah,
so
bro, you saw again at the end of tonight's show. I've said it a million times. You saw a house show finish.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not a television show. It's like you say, Chris. You use the word all the time. Episodic.
Mm-hmm.
Episodic, bro.
Gotta leave me
God, man. Chris, I saw a scene today that I completely forgot about, and then I'm watching this joke of a show, bro. I'm watching a scene today. It's the end of a Raw. It's 1998, and this is when Luna and Sable were in this feud, right? So, bro, last week, Sable was handcuffed to the ring post, and she got smeared with makeup. And this week, Sable wants to kill her, right? So, bro, we got this big pull apart between Sable and Luna. Dustin's out there, Mark Merrow's out there, huge pull apart, bro, freaking tremendous. So then finally, bro, they pull it apart, and Sable hurts her knee.
Ooh,
and Merrow's trying to get her up, and he can't get her up, and she's selling it good, man. And she's trying to get up, she's just folding. Her knee is just folding, right? Yeah. So, bro, she's down selling in the ring. It's just her and Merrow. What hits, bro? Kane's music.
Oh,
bro. And the best thing in the world, here comes Kane with Paul Bearer and Mero Powders. Mero Powders leaves Sable there. And
I remember that.
Yeah, JR selling this like holy crap. Then, bro, high above the Titantron, The Undertaker, on top of live.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what happened? We got boogs, bro. We got boogs. Like, seriously, bro, what freaking happened to that, bro? Bro, Kane chokeslam the Phoenix Sun Gorilla on this show. Bro, I swear to God, you guys should go back and watch this show if you can. Let me see if I can give you a quick date. I'm going to tell you why. Season 6, episode 11, March 17, 1998. Chris, nobody, I've never seen anybody go up for a chokeslam higher than the Phoenix Sun Gorilla.
Nice.
Bro, Kane got the dude up over his head.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
I remember seeing that, man.
What happened? And now we got this, bro.
Now we got Boogs.
Okay, let's get back to this show, Chris. I'm sorry. I went on a tangent, Chris. I apologize.
I'm trying to figure out okay, here we go. So Akira Tozawa. So here's the supplemental picks for night 2. Okay, so these people are going to Raw. Akira Tozawa, Dana Brooke, maybe Return of the Bounties, Emma, Johnny Gargano, Los Lotharios. That's what their name. That's what the team name is. Angel and Umberto. That's the person's name. Nikki Cross to Raw, Piper Niven to Raw, Riddick Moss to Raw. I wonder if he's going back to Riddick Moss and not Madcap. Tamina's to SmackDown. Tegan Knox, Xia Li. That's her name. My goodness. So these people are declared free agents. Baron Corbin, which, well, again, I don't understand why. Like, these people are considered free agents. Like, you went to Brock Lesnar saying he negotiated the deal of becoming a free agent again. Omos is bigger than both brands, I guess. So he has to be a free agent. And then what's the rhyme or reason to everybody else? Baron Corbin, Cedric and Shelton. Shelton squeaks too much that he's.
Bro, what did I say last week? What did I say last week about the WWE universe? What'd I say?
What'd you say?
They'll buy anything.
Yes.
It don't matter, bro. It doesn't matter. They will buy and eat anything, bro. It don't matter.
Yep. So I guess. Okay, so I guess they are free agents because they were undrafted for both nights. So Baron Corbin, Cedric Alexander, Shelton Benjamin, Dolph Ziggler, Elias.
Wait, let's get this straight.
Your boy.
Let's get this straight. Okay.
Yep.
So nobody wanted them. Therefore, they have free reign on both shows.
To do both.
That's how they get punished.
There's the logic.
That's how nobody want, bro. It's like dodgeball. You didn't pick Joey, but now Joey's going to play on both sides.
Joey can go on both sides if he wants to. So basically, I'm equal pairing with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, bro, they are so brain dead. It's not. But they know they'll buy anything, bro. It don't matter. It doesn't matter.
Your boy Ali is a free agent now.
Oh, God.
Omos with MVP. So, and Von Wagner from NXT and Zion Quinn from NXT are the.
I have no idea who these people are, nor will I ever know who they are, because in their wildest dreams, they're never going to get over.
Well, Von Wagner's Wayne Bloom's son, Bo Beverly from the Beverly Brothers. So, second generation. Shout out to Von Wagner. All right, so let's see. We got Awesome Sauce 550. Do y'all remember when SmackDown drafted Natalia? They had a boardroom of fake executives went mad, had balloons dropping in streamers. I do remember that. They were very.
Bro, I swear to God, if it were me as a shoot, because bro, there's a rivalry between USA Network and Fox that does exist, because I was working for USA Network, and I know it. I swear to God, I would let the executives draft. But you know what the problem is? They don't have the writers that could pull that off. I would have loved, bro, to not know who was getting drafted where. Let USA and let USA and Fox draft. Let them do the draft because now it's fair. Now they can't complain that so and so's on this show. Now it's fair. And then give me the list on who's on what show. I would have welcomed that with open arms, bro.
Yeah. That seems cool because that's a challenge to you as a writer. Right now, Elias is cutting a promo. I'm looking at the captions. Elias is cutting a promo to Boogs, and he said that he's not going to allow himself to be limited to one brand, ladies and gentlemen. That's Elias's way out of this, into this free agent stuff. So, and they were talking about biceps and being teachable. All right, Johnny Slice is back. $10 super chat. If they opened some windows at the stadium tonight, it would have created a better draft than what we got on the show tonight. Nice play on words with the draft. Very nice, Johnny Slice. Young, reckless 199. Russo, tell us, how is Cody Rhodes going to finish the story? What's your quick booking?
My quick thing is, which is going to totally bury him. They're going to put that new belt on him.
Oh, what a second-rate consolation prize!
You'll see.
Inda Sheer just got drafted to the Raw, so one of Jinder Mahal's boys. So what's your boy's name?
Veer
Mahan. He went back to NXT to join Inda Sheer and Jinder Mahal. Now, Inda Sheer went away from there to Raw. And now Odyssey Jones from NXT is.
What happened to Shaky?
Shanky, he's just kind of like
free agent.
He's bigger than brands. He's bigger than both brands, like robots. He just kind of disappeared, man. He was at
Shanky, bro.
with Jinder and just kind of, and now Jinder is kind of like having the good job. Grayson Waller just got drafted to SmackDown. Have you heard of? You might like him.
I've heard of him, but I have no idea who he is.
You might like him. He's on SmackDown now. All right, Odyssey Jones. I think that's a premature pick. I mean, I've seen him a couple of times, and he's super green. He's got a lot of potential. He's got like Mark Henry style look to him, but I think he's definitely premature. Matt Lee, $5 super chat, bro. This show is funny because Dr. Chris clearly didn't watch Raw 1997, 1999, and thinks post 2000. Tell this guy about me being a encyclopedia.
Yeah, but Matt, what are you talking about? Dr. Chris is a fountain of knowledge, bro. He goes all the way back to the days of Tootsman, bro.
Toots!
97, 98 was 2 years ago for Dr. Chris, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I remember every single episode from there. That didn't make no sense. But thank you for paying us $5 for saying that. So kudos to Matt Lee. You can roast us any day of the week as long as you pay for it. We'll put it on the screen. Sounds good to us. All right. Who else we got? Johnny Slice in WWE. Boogs of the Future. Endeavored. Very nice. Very nice. Do you see
how many people? How many people do they have now, Crow? What are they going to do with all these people?
And the roster is just just hemorrhaged, man. It's just too much.
I could cut 30 people off that roster without batting an eye. Without batting an eye, bro. 30 people in 5 minutes.
Oh, easy, absolutely. Let's see. All right. I think that's all the super chats. Let me know if I missed one. I think that's all. Okay, cool. All right. Thank you all for super chats. Keep them coming. All right. So Grayson Waller just cut a promo and poured something in his shoe and drank it. So
nice. Beautiful.
All right. Triple H announces the first 4 picks. All right. Before we get to it, keep them coming in. Rolling 999 super chat. Are WWE performers reading from the set of cards in their hands? Triple H botched his reading of the cards, he said, and the new rosters will go to effect Monday, March 8th, right after Backlash. He said that on SmackDown too, so I don't know if that was a fumble. I don't know if that was a botch because I remember saying that too. So they will go into effect as of Monday. So after a backlash, because they're having two people who got drafted to SmackDown, Bianca Belair and Io Sky, fighting for the Raw Women's Championship. So that was that's very clever, very clever. All right, so Triple H, he announces the first 4 picks. They go to Rhea Ripley, Austin Theory, Seth Rollins. So Rhea Ripley to Raw, SmackDown gets Austin Theory, Raw gets Seth Rollins, SmackDown gets Charlotte Flair. Thoughts on those 4?
I so happy to get rid of seeing Austin Theory every week. I would have given anything to get Charlotte instead of Seth Rollins. That singing, bro. Oh my, like it is so worn out, bro. I literally had people telling me today that they literally cut the volume now.
Really?
When Seth is wrestling. Yeah, that's how annoying it's become. So I'm glad to see Theory go. But happy Ripley staying. I am a fan of Rhea Ripley. Wish Rollins would have loved to see Charlotte on Raw.
Gotcha. SK Nation, what do y'all think of the singing? What do y'all think of?
Oh my God, please, bro.
They call it the battle hymn. That's Seth Rollins.
And did anybody notice? Because I noticed these things. Did anybody notice Paul Heyman's side patches?
I've noticed that from a long time ago. Yeah,
they mysteriously turned gray.
He's been dying.
Over the last couple of weeks, bro.
There's been a couple of times where like he's like, I don't feel like dying it today.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
He'll stay gray for the sides.
Yeah,
The next week he'll be black.
So you turned gray in the time span of a week. Interesting.
Yes, indeed. And then you turn back black. So he has that power. So here's my thumbs down. Never cared about Seth Rollins dancing. Crap is stupid, and the fans are stupid for singing them more. So a lot of people on this, or a lot of the SK Nation, are not fans of the battle hymn, ladies and gentlemen,
because it's a house show gimmick, bro. You could do that in house shows all day long. Do it for an hour.
Yeah.
This is a television show, bro.
Yeah. Well, like I told you before, Vince, I mean, people are all about hijacking, shows nowadays and putting themselves over. So this fits perfect for today's fans. I mean, this is perfect for
yes, it does.
Fans.
Yes,
that's why he's so over. I mean, he's a good competitor, but I think that is one of the biggest reasons why he's over, because he's been babyface before and he's had the song before, but it caught on to the fans, and now he's over because of the song. Scott Smith, $3 super sticker. Thank you very much. So what do you think about this, Vince? with this split, knowing that we have this split going on for all the, so Bianca Belair's had the Raw Women's Championship for over a year. All right, a year and a month. So basically you confiscate and you just totally disregard that streak being Raw Women's Champion. And you could have kept that going and had her be like a big star on the Raw roster. So she's on SmackDown now. So of course she has to bump the Raw Championship and she has to swap it. So you do all of that, 13 months of being champion for a belt swap? I mean, like, what type of
wait, explain to me this belt swap, Chris. So what happens now? She was a Raw Women's Champion. Now she's going to SmackDown. What happens?
She's got to swap the belt with Rhea, or the winner of Rhea and Zelina Vega.
But Rhea was on Raw, but she had the SmackDown belt.
She had the SmackDown belt today. Yeah.
Bro, they'll buy anything. It don't matter. They'll buy anything, bro.
That's what happened last time. There was, you remember that Charlotte and Becky were the champs, and there was some heat between each other because Charlotte threw the.
Well, she gave the belt. Yeah.
So and they swapped. Street Profits swapped their championships before. So I mean, it like all of that for a belt swap. 13 months of being Raw Women's Champion is a belt swap. Here was my thought when I saw this. I was like, why don't they just call the women's championships like the men's championships or similar to it? Why don't they just have the WWE Women's Championship and then the World Women's Championship, because that would bring more prestige instead of just a stupid belt swap over like your your streak your streak of having the title is done because you have to swap the belt, to someone
And
else.
why would you even do that? Why shouldn't the number one rule of thumb be the champions stay on the shows that they're on?
Yeah.
Simple. Why would you do that anyway?
Exactly. That doesn't make any sense at all. Hey, I have this big streak. Oh, I got to swap the belt. That's how I lose. That's how I end the streak.
There's no logic with this, bro.
Here we go. We got Rollins saying, okay, so he said March 8th. I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
Okay, so he said Backlash is May 8th. Triple H said March 8th. That's what I said in the first super chat. He said March 8th. Do the cards that they read have lines on there, or did he alone botch the dates?
I'm sure that the cards only had the name of the person and what show they were getting drafted to. I think Triple H 1000% botched that.
Gotcha. Yeah, March the 8th. All right, so next we have, I can see if I can find out for you. Let's see. We got Paul Heyman cutting in-ring promo interrupted by Seth Rollins, and then Solo Sikoa comes out. What you think of this?
Yeah, what I thought about was this, bro. So again, bro, they're trying to make this match for tonight.
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm just texting.
Yeah, they're trying to make this match tonight between Samoa Sikoa and Seth Rollins, and that's how they make it in this in ring, which is totally ridiculous. Because why does Seth have heat with Paul Heyman?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
He doesn't. He's never had heat with Paul Heyman. Nothing is. It's not like the Warrior had heat with Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Yeah.
Okay, bro. Nothing has ever gone down between these two. That Seth has heat with Paul Heyman, but he's gonna threaten Paul Heyman so they can get to this match at the end of the show.
Yeah. And what does this lead to? Like, is it like, where does Seth like they're teasing Seth and Roman down the line? Like,
it doesn't lead to anything, bro. It leads to a 6-man schmaz at the end of the show. That's where it leads. That's it.
More battle hymn singing. Someone said something. I think Kevin Patrick said something about it was 10 minutes. There was the live crowd sang for 10 minutes straight. As
Congratulations.
Achievement.
Congratulations, bro. That's awesome.
If I was there live, I'd be very upset about that. Next, we have an earlier today gimmick with Cody Rhodes and Adam Pearce. Then we get Bailey and Dakota Kai against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, already booking the champions as 50-50. What do you think about this? And they got drafted just on one brand. This is another head scratcher to me. So you don't have a Raw and a SmackDown Women's Championship. Okay, I got some exclusive for you. So on the card was the whole script with the names in there. There you go.
The whole script?
Yeah, it was the whole script with the names in there. There you go. That's from someone currently backstage. So yeah. All right. Let's see. We have so yeah, what'd you think of this? So with the tag team championships of the woman, you have them being exclusively on one show, but the purpose of the women's tag titles was to be defended on both brands. So what about the woman tag teams that aren't on that exclusive brand?
Okay, so there's only one set of women's tag team titles. There's only one set, and there's two shows.
Yes. Originally, they were supposed to swap it back and forth. That was the purpose of the women's tag team titles. Now it seems like it's exclusively on one brand.
I can't help you. I can't help you. I can't help you with this. I can't help you. I can't help you with this.
What are we doing here?
I can't help you with this. You know what the funny thing is, bro? They don't even understand it.
I agree.
There were times during this, and even with Triple H, where he seemed confused with the new title, and they're confused, and they expect us to know what's going on.
Yes, indeed. So with the do we have another change because you're bringing teams to Raw and SmackDown. So do you have now the Raw and SmackDown Women's Champions because now now Liv and Raquel are exclusive to Raw, and you're having tag teams go to SmackDown? Do they split? I mean, do they? Well, it's not really a split. So do they keep that and change it to Raw, and then make it a whole new SmackDown tournament for
Are
champions?
you asking me?
What do you think, man?
Bro, like honestly, bro, they've lost me with all this stuff. Like I said, bro, my takeaway from this is I got rid of some people I'm sick and tired of seeing, and I'm gonna be able to look at some new people. Seriously, that's the only thing I took away from this.
Yeah. Next, we got an earlier today segment with Brock Lesnar and Adam Pearce. We got Booker T and Queen Sharmell announced the next picks, which goes Raw gets KO and Zayn, SmackDown gets the Usos, Raw gets Judgment Day, and SmackDown gets LWO. Okay, now this is another head scratcher to me. So you have like full so you get full factions, the full LWO goes, but they are the least aged faction as far as the new reformation of them. But the Usos doesn't get drafted with the bloodline. But on SmackDown on Friday, the bloodline got drafted without the Usos with them. And then the Judgment Day got drafted today, but Rhea got drafted by herself. Like, what are we doing
I know,
here?
Chris.
Like,
I honestly, I have no idea, bro. I'm not even, bro. Let me tell you something. I'm not even going to try to make sense out of it because it doesn't make any sense. They don't. They're confused.
Yeah,
bro. You know what, bro? You ever watch a David Lynch movie? I've watched a lot of David Lynch movies and Mulholland Drive. What was the guys? What was David Lynch's Twin Peaks?
Okay.
And Chris, for years and years and years, I've watched these movies over and over and over, trying to make sense out of them.
Yeah.
Until I finally came to the conclusion that's the gimmick.
Yeah. Okay.
David Lynch wants you to spend years trying to figure out his movies that make no sense.
Yeah.
That's the gimmick. That's what this is, bro. If you are really going to try to figure this out and make sense out of it, the joke's on you, bro, because none of this makes any sense. And they're laughing at us for trying to make sense out of this.
Yeah, man. It makes zero sense because essentially you're like, okay, so let's not add Rhea Ripley to the bloodline. But in my pick, this is what I pick. Okay, so if I'm looking at the list of people, all right, if we're supposed to make this like a actual draft, all right, okay, so I really like these 5 people from Ohio State. So what I want to do is I'm a big Titans fan. Okay, so let me see. I'm the GM for Titan. I'm like, okay, so I want Paris Johnson, Jackson Smith and Jigba, CJ Stroud. Okay, let's do let's do Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave. Like let's just do 5 people from the Ohio State Buckeyes and allow and let that be one pick. Like, who does that in the world?
And bro, I want to clarify some because I know you're a Titans guy.
I am.
Double J today actually accused me of not lifting the curse because he's trying to blame the horrible Titan draft on me. And I said, bro, he's blaming me. And I'm like, bro, I publicly lifted the curse. It's not me, bro.
Okay, well, I think you lifted the curse because I think that Will Levis is a fantastic pick because we needed a quarterback because Ryan Tannehill has a year left on his contract. Malik Willis was not good. Josh Dobbs, they brought him in as a free agent. He was there for a hiccup. And so we need a quarterback. And Will Levis from Kentucky, he's one of the best quarterbacks out in the draft.
Double didn't like the draft, man.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I think there's some some really good potential with Will Levis. I mean, we didn't get the big names, the big wigs like Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. So we got good enough. Hendon Hooker would have been a better choice for me, but I think that I think that Will Levis is decent. We'll see. All right, next we have the Braun Strowman and Ricochet defeating the Alpha Academy. Great feat of strength from Braun Strowman by lifting up Otis and slamming him.
Would be.
All right, next we have Shawn Michaels and Adam Pearce.
Bro, can I ask you a simple question?
Yeah, absolutely.
I swear they're so inept and inadequate at their jobs. It just blows me away. Mm-hmm. So, bro, they promote last week because there was the blow up prior with Brock and Cody. They promote last week. Both Brock and Cody are going to be here next week. So we have Cody showing up and we have Brock showing up, and both of them basically say there's going to be chaos. Mm-hmm. Chris, why wouldn't you build that up throughout the entire show and have that be the end of the show?
That's a good
point.
Like
that is such a no-brainer. That should have been the thread of the entire show. Bro, call in what town were they in, bro, in Texas?
Fort Worth.
Call in the Fort Worth police. Mm-hmm. Like, whatever you have to do. That is your thread, bro. Not Samoa Sequoia against Seth Rollins. That should not have been the main event.
Especially when Seth is supposed to go against Otis, and there was zero interaction between the two who's going against each other at the PLE this Saturday. Like, it was a promo last week, but nothing this week.
Seth is wrestling who?
Omos. Yeah, it was just a random announcement on socials.
Whatever,
and Seth Rollins, and I think Seth Rollins made an announcement. It said, "All righty then." Like, he didn't even know.
Yeah,
he didn't even know until it was announced.
Just sad. Like, it's just so sad, bro. Like, you just put in crap out there because you know this audience will buy anything. Shame on you, bro. Shame. And I don't know why these people keep watching. I'm gonna go back to Chris. I live in Colorado. Okay, the owner doesn't want to spend any money on the Rockies. Okay, they're awful. They're god awful, bro. The most beautiful ballpark in the world, Coors Field, beautiful, great to go to a game. Guess what, bro? The team sucks. The owner doesn't want to spend money. The stadium is empty. Mm. Okay, yeah, that makes sense to me, bro. That I understand. Yeah. But this is a horrible show that people are still attending. I don't understand.
I'll say this. Everybody from the SK Nation, we have over 3 million followers 3 million plus followers throughout many socials. All of you 3 million plus, watch Raw so we can continue to get paid well by doing this show. Next we have Shawn Michaels, that gimmick. We already did that. Shawn Michaels appears. They did the pull aparts. Cody Rhodes clocks him. We'll get to Johnny Slice here in a minute. Cody Rhodes clocks him in the mouth from behind. I knew when they did the close up, when they did the tight zoom, I knew that there was going to be a behind type gimmick. Now, with Cody getting an advantage on Brock, do you think that? And then they did the whole back of the line thing. I don't want to go to the back of the line. This is what I theorized. I theorized that Cody's going to lose the match, and then he's going to play this Rocky style come from behind. And it's actually rumored. I saw this somewhere, and I hope this isn't true, but it's rumored that we might see Cody Roman again for 40. So could we have, and again, that's super speculation. I just saw it rumored before somewhere, but could we get an angle where Cody loses to Brock goes away, Cody basically does this come from behind en route to becoming champion that way?
Bro, here's all I know. Think of this. Brock Lesnar is in a bar. Okay? Somebody comes from behind him who he never sees, clocks Brock in the nose and cuts his nose, block his bleeding. The next thing you see is Brock backing up and walking to the back. In what world does that happen in? Bro, the guy just blindsided you from behind, busted your nose, and you're backing off.
Yeah.
In what world does this would that happen in the UFC world?
No.
Put Brock in the UFC, a guy he's facing blindsides him, punches him in the face, busts his nose, and Brock walks away. Would that happen in the world of UFC?
To me, it's like here's my thing, Vince. Like everybody loves a good comes from behind, story. Everybody, people watch wrestling to suspend disbelief. It's a comic book come to life, is what I always say. It's that type of feel and vibe to it. Heroes and villains, all that good stuff. That's what wrestling is supposed to portray. All right. Now, here's my issue with that, with what we saw with this segment. Like, Brock is clearly the big villain. All right. So if Cody's it doesn't matter if Cody's going to win or lose. There's zero advantage as the babyface, as the hero coming from behind. There's zero advantage that Cody Rhodes should have toward Brock Lesnar leading into this big showdown at the PLE. Because essentially he's the hero. He's the good guy. He's the babyface. He's the one who's supposed to dethrone, who's supposed to sleep the giant, basically, who's supposed to slay the giant, slay the beast. So regardless of how that looks at the end, Brock Lesnar needs to have every single one up leading into that moment, because what that does is it makes Brock Lesnar look big. It makes him look indestructible, undefeatable. And so if Cody wins, it makes Cody look even stronger. And if Cody loses, it makes sense because he's losing to someone who's already feels indestructible and unbeatable. That is the chase 101 right there. Why is Cody Rhodes getting any type of advantage as the baby leading up to the big moment? It makes zero sense to me. Vince.
Makes zero sense to me too, bro.
Johnny Slice, $10 super chat, bro. The Rollins sing-along has beat what chance is the most annoying? I agree. Crowd reactions. And how is Seth the top guy? It looks like someone who get destroyed by D'Lo Brown on Sunday Night Heat. You're looking at the real deal now. Yes. I was a big D'Lo Brown fan back in the day. Why is Seth a top guy in your opinion?
I have no idea.
Do you think he should be a top guy?
No, absolutely not. Nope.
Why should
I don't care. Again, I'm going to go back to my friend Double J. The match means crap. I don't care if Seth Rollins has a 1,000 5-star matches in a row. Who freaking cares, bro? Okay, Ultimate Warrior probably never had a 2-star match in his entire career, bro. Yeah. And people today know who the Ultimate Warrior is. Bro, you think 20 years from now people are going to be talking about Seth Rollins? Like, do you really believe that, bro? Seriously?
Not they probably will, but not on the level of Warrior, Savage.
I say they won't at all. I say they won't at all.
I think recency bias always comes to play when it comes to that. Like I think that like Seth Rollins, when they think of like the former generation, people like to think about former generations of things comparatively. And so I think if, you and I were talking about this 20 years from now, I think that we would still compare the next generation to the former generation. So even if it's not in a positive light, I still think that Seth Rollins would be among the top tier people who would be mentioned as far as just the top names of this generation.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Rollin 199 super chat. So the script had March 8th and Triple H mindlessly read it. I think it probably had May 8th and he just didn't care.
Roland, listen, we discussed this last week. Have you seen the lines on Triple H's forehead?
Yes.
He's very, when they start crinkling, bro, he becomes very, very, very confused and he doesn't think straight. I'm assuming that's what happened, bro.
That could that's a fair point. Point. Joseph Gonzalez, $4.99. Every time I see Seth dancing around in that coat of his, he reminds me of the Muppets from Fraggle Rock. Hey, Fraggle Rock, man. Special shout out to Fraggle Rock. That was a cool theme song, by the way. Really cool theme song. Next we have what? We were at now after all of that security stuff and all that. We get Shawn Michaels by himself announcing the picks. Raw gets Liv and Raquel. SmackDown gets Asuka. Raw gets the New Day, and SmackDown gets the Brawling Brutes. Okay, so here, out of all the possible names on that's still available on the roster, Vince, Raw was like, So the women's tag team champions just lost. Yeah, we'll take them. Like, I mean, that's essentially what happened.
I can't believe, bro. I can't believe New Day's still a thing. I mean, there are so many acts that are so freaking tired, bro. What else are you possibly gonna do with the New Day, bro?
I thought about that, Vince, and I was like, like there's not much left. I hope they could do something with, which I would be okay with. They could do something really nice with the New Day versus Imperium. I'd be cool with that, leading some big match. But here's my biggest thing, Vince, with the New Day. The New Day are Hall of Famers as a group, but individually, I just don't see it. I don't see any of them. Maybe Kofi, maybe Kofi is squeezed in there, but Big E by himself, Xavier Woods by himself, no, I don't see either one. And I like both. I like all three of them. I'm a huge New Day guy, and I love Big E, but I don't see anybody but Kofi Kingston as a individual Hall of Famer. So as long as they stay together, they have the Hall of Fame resume that comes with them. But if they split up, Xavier will be lost in obscurity. Kofi, he'll be a good little hand, and Big E is still be probably now. I think he's announcing for the Michigan Panthers and USFL now, so he's doing some announcing stuff. I don't see him really coming back, so they would be so obscure. Like I just don't see anything with them, unfortunately.
Hey, bro, I got to ask you a question. Was Alexa Bliss drafted?
No.
So is she done?
No, she's still waiting to come back, man. Still waiting to come back. So we shall see. I saw her in an acting role recently, man.
She's on a game show too. I saw highlights that Jimmy Fallon does that karaoke something. I saw it, and he's got the WWE superstars. I saw she was on there.
Okay. Yeah, she played. There was something I saw on Facebook. Someone posted that she was. They showed her like a trailer. She was like some high school girl that had a crush on a guy who was like a really cool dude. Like really, he had a bunch of swag. And then she was scared to call him, and she called a friend and was trying to get prepped to call him, and then she called him and she went over a couple lines to say before talking to him to not seem awkward. And when she called him, she was petrified, so she got super stiff and she was like, "What that?" And it was super funny. I was like, man, she's good. Like
she was good. Really she was good when they started her on that talk show. You could tell that she had the chops. You could tell, you could see it, bro.
That's awesome. Awesome sauce. Speaking of awesome, 550. I'm watching TNA from the 2000s. Bro, Vince, please explain why your mama battle between BG James and Bully Ray. I laughed for 10 minutes.
God, I don't remember that, man. I honestly don't remember that at all.
Raw in 1999. I read that Alexa Bliss merch outsold Roman's merch in 21, 20, and 22. By 22, Roman's t-shirt sold 27,000 at 15. Lily Doll sold 29,000 at 30. Bliss's merch is number one among actives. She's number 3 behind number 1 Austin and 2 St. Any Thoughts. Wow. So number 3 all-time merch and number 1 among active. Very interesting.
Well, she's got that comic book crossover too, a little bit, that cosplay.
Oh yeah, definitely the cosplay.
You know, so I mean, I'm sure that plays a little bit into it. I don't think it's just the wrestling crowd.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she definitely has that cosplay crossover to her for sure. She's like Comic-Con queen, you know, when it comes to that stuff, when it comes to cosplay. Next we have people saying she had a cancer scare. Yeah. I mean, that was something, but she's not. That's not something that she's had an issue with lately. She had skin cancer, like she had a skin cancer scare, but that's not why she's gone anymore. What we have next? We have Matt Riddle defeating Jimmy Uso. Anything on that? Variations of the same thing.
Exactly. I mean, these are just matches, Chris. These are just matches that we've seen in different forms that just at this point mean absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Backstage, we get Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa. Jay confronts Solo, sowing seeds perhaps to a Jay split. Vince, what do you think?
A Jay and what split now?
Jay splitting away from them.
Again, bro. I'm just, I don't buy that. I mean, I don't buy that when it comes to that Samoan culture. I don't buy that, man. But
we'll see. Like I said before, I think it would make sense full circle because the bloodline started with Jay reluctantly joining the bloodline, and so it would, and Roman would always beat Jay and ended up making him acknowledge him. So I think it would have a full circle effect. Where the full circle is, we'll see where that goes. Nazir, 199 super chat. I feel like Russo would like Gunther.
Yeah, no, I've seen Gunther. I know who that is.
Yeah, you'll see him on Raw now.
Which is great. I'm happy about that. Yeah. I'm happy about that.
I like Gunther a lot. If there were a list of like 5 people that I would want to push as top guys, I think that's a conversation that we should have soon. Like, what names would we on the list would we push as top guys?
Yeah,
and I do think Gunther would be one of my picks for sure. So I think Gunther should win the some world title next year at WrestleMania. I do think he's ready for that. All right, Super Friday, $5. Hey, WrestleBins, whatever happened to predictability? The Milkman, the Paperboy, the Evening TV. You've just been Full House. Very nice play on words. You're not hip to what just happened here.
I don't know what the heck. What Super Friday
guy? You didn't watch Full House, right?
No, I did not.
TGIF. Very nice, Super Friday. Very nice. What we get next? We get more picks. Eric Bischoff and RVD announced the next picks. Raw gets Trish Stratus. Was this the sixth round? This was the 6th or 7th round.
I think this was the 4th, bro.
So Triple H first, and then Booker T and Sharmell, and then Shawn Michaels, and then Eric Bischoff. Okay, yeah. So this is the 4th. So you have Trish Stratus, the WWE Hall of Famer. So Raw. So let me read them real quick. Raw gets Trish, SmackDown gets Karrion Kross, Raw gets Rousey and Baszler, and SmackDown gets LA Knight. Okay, so this is what I thought about when I thought of these picks. So you have a WWE Hall of Famer and Trish Stratus, and Raw, the people of Raw, the powers that be at Raw, they see the list of people eligible, right? and they say, Trish Stratus or Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, who just lost a match. I think we'll do Liv and Raquel first, and hopefully Trish is there next. Like a team who's not, who's barely credible, who won the tag team titles and lost them, lost a match within weeks. They get picked right after a loss over the WWE Hall of Famer.
Chris, I swear, if again, man, if I'm writing, here's what I'm suggesting. I'm gonna make this real easy, bro. First of all, the champions stay on the shows that they're on. That's number one. They ain't going anywhere. As far as every other freaking wrestler on the roster, if you want to add, if you want to promote 10 NXT names, whatever, Chris, throw the names in a hat, man. Yeah. Just do a lottery, bro. Just randomly pick the names. Randomly pick them. Start with Raw. Pick a name. You're on Raw. Pick a name. You're on. Do it randomly, bro. I would have welcomed that with open arms. The problem is, bro, they don't have the creative. They don't have the writers, the producers to be able to do that. So we need this guy here and this guy here and that guy here. And at the end of the day, none of it makes any sense. Bro, listen, man. Karrion Kross was already on SmackDown. LA Knight was already on SmackDown. We can go through this list, bro, that people were already SmackDown. Brawling Brutes were already on SmackDown. Do a lottery draw as a shoot, bro, because you got two guys here that watch this show every single week and are so freaking confused. Nothing can be simpler, bro, than a lottery, drawing the names. You're on this side, you're on that side. Simple, bro.
And it makes it a really cool challenge, and it really brings suspense of like some people will be split up, you know what I mean? And you just have to ride as you go. I mean, and that's the suspense. You're literally like, they brought the entire LWO to one brand.
It's so stupid. And bro, how about this? How about this when you do the lottery? You really want to build up ratings. Bro, how about Heyman's name is in the lottery? Yeah. Reigns' name is in the lottery. You don't even know if they're going to wind up on the same show.
Very true.
I mean, I don't understand. Is what I'm talking about rocket science? This is the easiest way to do this, bro. You don't do it this way because of your own limitations. So you make the whole process very, very confusing.
Yep. Well said. Next we have Miz TV, Shinsuke Nakamura. So,
was Miz in the draft?
No.
Oh, God. So this Miz crap is going to continue on Raw, bro.
I think we will have.
Oh my God! The Miz segment is the biggest, greatest channel changer on this entire show. I literally even before the Rollins singing. Mm-hmm. Oh, you talk about old and worn out and tired, bro. My God, how long are we gonna beat this dead drum?
Yeah, man, look. When I saw this, I'm like, see, I don't understand how difficult it is to really make someone look bigger. Like, it just, why can't you protect the brands of the wrestlers and make them look big? Like, to me, I think with the momentum, like he was gone for a little bit. You know, he was with Muta. He was a part of Muta's last match. Like, great match between him and Muta. And was in Japan, did his thing. That can really reset Shinsuke to make him look like a star. Like, he's owed a world title win from years ago, from when he won the Royal Rumble and lost to the AJ because, 2K, when AJ was on the 2K, poster, and they wanted him to win because of that. So he's owed a world title match. I really think that they could have really made Shinsuke a star here, but you really demote him by announcing him, and he came back on some random SmackDown that fell flat. Now he's on the Miz TV segment that fell flat. You didn't have to have any type of Shinsuke presence until announcing him, and he didn't even have to come at that point in time. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, bro. He did have to come because they got to get the little balls joke in there. I mean, that's what this entire segment was, bro.
Ridiculous.
To get another tiny balls joke in there.
But who got over? Who got over this segment? The tiny balls chant that got over. I mean that's
what I mean, bro. They just keep regurgitating the same stuff over and over again, bro.
But this hokey carnival tongue-in-cheek crap is being done as the expense of developing potential stars.
Bro, you know when Nakamura was the most over. You know when that what's her name, bro, was playing his entrance on the electric guitar. Nina. What's her name, guys? Help me out here, man. Yeah, they know Nina. I want to say Nina Long, but it's not Nina Long.
Nina something.
That's when he was most over. When I saw that hot chick playing that electric guitar, and then he made his entrance. Nina Strauss, thank you. Yeah. I'm like, that is freaking cool, bro.
Yeah. I agree 100%.
Now we've got him in there, and we're gonna make fun of Mrs. Tiny Balls. That's terrific, bro. You made it. You made an 8-year-old kid in the crowd laugh.
Yeah. At the expense of making someone look like a star, which is ridiculous to me. Omos defeating Anthony Alanis.
Are you honestly going to say that with a straight face?
Does my face look straight right now?
Moving right along, bro.
All right, we got Molly Holly.
Molly Holly in the Road Dogg.
$1 million, man. Kudos to Molly Holly, man. She looks younger every day. And Road Dogg announced next picks. The Raw gets Strowman and Ricochet. SmackDown gets Shotzi. Raw gets Bronson Reed, and SmackDown gets Pretty Deadly. So Bronson Reed, again, Vince, I'm thinking in my head. So Raw has the Raw higher ups, the powers that be at Raw has an entire roster. So you're trying to give vignettes to this Bronson Reed guy and make him look like somebody. And then all of a sudden you're like, I'll just wait till round 5. He should be around. Like
point, Chris.
That automatically diminishes him as a character, as a superstar.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about, bro?
Time for Joey. We won't diminish Joey because he's a star. Where are you at, Joey? Here we go.
Time out, Joey. Time out, Joey.
Bro, what are you talking about, bro? Bronson Reed is right up there with Pretty Deadly. So I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
And look, who am I to judge when it comes to Pretty Deadly? They are just top notch, and they are just unsung heroes in NXT, and they're going to be the next tag team champions. And so I guess that they makes just as much sense as Bronson Reed. No, Vince, no. Like, people don't know who Pretty Deadly is unless you're an NXT, Mark. Like, they're just Bronson Reed is on the same level, according to the Raw higher ups, as Pretty Deadly, who 2/3 of the crowd don't know who they are.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, like, granted, people who watch NXT, they know who Pretty Deadly is, and they remind me. I've watched enough of them they remind me of like a new aged like Beverly Brothers type of gimmick, and I think they've got some potential there. But I went to NXT a couple of times when New Day won the tag team titles just to see how it would be mapped out, and I think they had a match against Pretty Deadly, if I'm not mistaken. And I thought it was good. But yeah. So, by the way, Shotzi and Bronson Reed are equal pairing, Vince.
Yes.
5th round equal pairing, and they're supposed to make Bronson Reed a star but he's on the 5th round, so that doesn't really help his stock at all in future weeks. Next, we get Judgment Day cutting an in-ring promo, gets interrupted by Rey Mysterio, Santos Escobar, and Zelina Vega.
I want to say a couple things about this
Sure.
piece of business right here. First of all, I've said this the last couple of weeks. Damian Priest is really growing on me. He looks like a star. He dresses like a star. With that being said, who's dressing Finn Balor? Like, what is he wearing, bro? He looks like you got Damian Priest, bro. That jacket Priest is wearing, bro, that's anywhere from $500 to $1,000. No doubt about it. Rhea Ripley isn't chintzy on the ring gear. Then you got Finn Balor just came from the gym.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Whatever, bro. Chris, listen. Am I crazy? Bro, they're piping in that Dominic heat, bro.
You think so?
Oh my, bro. Listen,
I don't know.
Here's why I think so. I've been in front of many crowds in my life when people had tremendous heat. Bro, you cannot physically keep up that level of heat for so long.
Vicky Guerrero did.
Yeah, well, I'm just telling you, bro. Like, I'm watching this and I'm like, come on, bro. Like, I could be wrong. I do not believe it's all 100% authentic heat.
I remember two people who had just like nuclear heat. Was it was Vicky Guerrero had nuclear heat. And I remember for a hot second, BJ Whitmer from Ring of Honor, I think he's an agent in AEW now. He just had nuclear heat in ROH. When ROH was, pretty good. I mean, pretty popular for a while. But he had nuclear heat. People would come, and I would do media I would cover live shows. And man, he would just a chorus of boos that wouldn't even allow him to talk. So, I mean, I think that the gimmick now is kind of like Vicky with Dominic, just to give him that nuclear heat. And here's my thing: even if it was halfway legit, I'm thinking, like, if I was backstage, I'm like, man, we need to cash in on this. Like, we need to cash in on this heat, because you want someone with that type of nuclear heat to be that person that's a babyface chases. So it's like, man, I would consider, like, I mean, I think, like I told you before, I think it's a little bit too early to really like pull the trigger on this. Let that dude grow a full beard, keep that Eddie Guerrero mullet going, make him look like an ex-con, cash in on that heat and give him some type of championship, man, because I think with that heat, man, you got to cash in on that. So where does it go? I don't know, especially since they're splitting him and Ray up. But you got to cash in on that, man. We get Cody Rhodes getting a backstage interview again. Then we get another backstage interview with people saying Michael Cole. Yeah, Michael Cole was he got some huge heat too back in 11. Bianca Belair gets interrupted by Damage Control. So it seems like what they're doing with this, Vince, is they're breaking EO away, and Bianca Belair is like paying the respect card with this. What do you think? Should she break away from Damage Control?
Bro, I don't think it matters either way. I mean, come on, bro. Is she going to be a single star? Bro, is Oscar a single star? I mean, let's be honest. And Oscar is 100 times more charismatic and more of a character than her. I mean, so seriously, bro, where's it going to go either way?
Yeah, people are, again, I think the problem with that, Vince, is a lot of the people backstage are thinking that because we knew you in NXT, we should know you in the main roster, and that's far from the truth. So, Rollin 499 super chat, bro. Molly Holly and Mickey James are aging like fine wine. Trish and Lita not so much. I remember when Trish, Stephanie, and Lita were the prettiest women on TV. Yeah, I will say Molly Holly's aging like fine wine. Mickey James too. Yeah. Lita, she's the goat to me, man. But just seeing her wrestle is hurting my heart every single time. AJ, $4.99. The only thing I liked from ROH was Kelly Klein. Vince interviewed her many years ago. Kelly Klein and BJ Whitman are married, I believe, or at least they were dating for a while. I think they're married, if I'm not mistaken. So there's your BJ Whitman affiliation right there. When did you? How'd you know about Kelly Klein?
Oh God, I don't remember. I do remember interviewing her a long time ago, bro. I don't remember.
Let go. Oh, 2020. Well, they used to be married at least. So as of 3 years ago. So they used to be married, but they're not married anymore, unfortunately. So, all right. Next we have we got a backstage. So Teddy Long and JB announced the last picks. The last picks are Raw gets Alpha Academy, SmackDown gets Rick Boogs. So we want Rick Boogs specifically. Like I want that guy on SmackDown. That's what the higher up says. We're going to make him.
When you work for let me I'm just going to throw a random company out there. I worked for Apple, and I worked for Apple for 20, 25, 30 years.
Okay.
And then I retire from Apple.
Mm-hmm.
Am I still going back for their yearly picnics after I retire from Apple? Am I still showing up?
People do that. I mean, people do that for school, like reunions and stuff like that.
I got to tell you, man, this is just me talking. These people, man, that just keep going back and going back and going back and going back for a payday, man. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I don't get it. Yeah. I don't understand it. I mean, at what point in your life do you move on from pro wrestling? I don't understand it, bro. I just don't get it, man.
If you think of it from a business standpoint, if like, say for instance, you retired from a police officer, so they bring you back to be a consultant, for a few times a year, would you cash in on that paycheck?
Not it still being a main focus of my life. Yes.
Gotcha.
But it's still a main focus of their lives.
I wouldn't say Trish's.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. She's still leaving her family to go do this.
Yeah,
no matter what way you slice it.
She wasn't there today, was she? Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
That's just me, bro. That's just me. Every time I see these same people over and over and over again, I'm just like, man, bro, like.
Here's the thing, Vince. If I was brought back as a consultant, I would do it. I would definitely cash in on that to be brought back as a consultant. But however, if I realize that my consulting takes away from the legacy of what I contributed while I was there, and I know that it's time for me to like not do it anymore because my quality of work is diminishing, I wouldn't do it, because the thing is, I retired from this. I have such a legacy. My name's probably on the wall on a plaque or something like that. And if I start to come back again, people get recency bias. So it's like, okay, similar, unfortunately, look at Ric Flair. I mean, like from a 40-year career, 40+ year career, 50-year career, from a 50-year career, a lot of people look at Ric Flair, yes, amazing legacy, but super tarnished from his last match. And he was about to die in the ring because it was so bad. That will never go away from people's minds when they think of Ric Flair. And I don't ever want anything that resembles that if I was at a career, if I was at a job for a long time. So if I just come in and get canceled, like if I retired and said something that canceled me or said something that was just ridiculous or just, I wouldn't want to be known for that or even give that an opportunity. So to your point, I will give you that, but I would cash in on a consultant job. Speaking of companies, did you hear that Vice filed for divorce, for bankruptcy?
I did not.
Yeah, New York Times just announced it a few hours ago. That's Vice filed for bankruptcy. They're looking for a buyer. They were over almost a $6 billion company at once, and then
Wow.
you had they were expecting some deals to go through with like Disney and a couple other big names, and never did. So yeah, so now they're supposed to have the dark side that starts at the end of the month. So as far as it's said, as far as the reports say, they're supposed to go business as usual, and it's like a 45-day auction that they're having to see a potential buyer. So that's the latest on Vice. So as of now, the dark sides are still supposed to go, still supposed to come on. All right, so we're ending with Xavier cutting a promo using his camera backstage. He was so excited. And then Seth Rollins defeating Solo Sikoa by disqualification. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, and that's another thing, bro. Like a lot of times, like I'll pick on Sammy a lot with his just weak punches. Oh my God, bro! Did you see the way the Usos were kicking Seth?
Yeah, yeah.
Come on, guys! Like, really, man? Really, bro?
That's pretty bad.
Come on, man.
Yes, indeed. Well, what's not pretty bad, Vince, is the fact that you were undefeated in singles competition. You have
Yes.
look at that, man. You've been lifting weights, man.
Oh yeah, man.
You
Yeah.
get some definition of those helium flex arms there, man. This guy right here, this guy has held the Big Gold belt, not this WWE version of the Big Gold belt. And he and ain't a dadgum thing you can do about it. Shout out to my dude Black Bart. Johnny Slice, before we go. All WWE has is their history. Some nostalgia people keep showing up to make the fans think that it's still the same show.
Absolutely.
With it's all manipulation of the universe.
Absolutely, Johnny. 1000%, bro.
That's a really good point. Rollins closing the show saying, "Drunk, Flair, and Bald Shawn Michaels were sad." Yeah, again, yep, exactly. I mean, like you're tarnishing your legacy. That Saudi money. Shawn Michaels is like, man, I couldn't resist.
And bro, here's the really sad thing that you people need to understand. This is what's really sad. Flair's an exception to the rule. Bro, somebody just said Leader and Trish like retired in 2006. Bro, when you look at the years that these people were with that company, I promise you, bro, they don't need the money. I promise you. I promise you, Shawn Michaels does not need the money to be appearing on Raw. No. I promise you, bro.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who unfortunately is spent or unfortunately drugged their, had millions of dollars, got into drugs and alcohol and addictions and lost all the money, and now they're wrestling indie shows at a backyard near you. So it's unfortunate, man. That's the reason why having some good financial advisors and things like that, having some consultants, and not allowing that money to be spent in a way that just blows it away, but investing and things like that, that stuff pays out. That pans out in the end, man. So yeah. All right, Vince Russo, Dr. Chris, SK Nation, once again holding it down. Fantastic as always. This is the Legion of Raw, everybody. Have a good night. Solo.